Our age is retrospective. It builds the tombs of the fathers. It writes biographies, histories, and criticism. The foregoing generations beheld God and nature face to face, but we through their eyes. Why should not we also enjoy an original relation to the universe? Why should not we have a poetry and philosophy of insight and not of tradition, and a religion by revelation to us, and not the history of theirs? So I've been trying to take Saturdays off and get out to the woods on a semi-regular basis. Of course, there's always the exception, but I don't know, it's just real easy to get overworked, especially at this phase of my life. You kind of just put your head down and bowl through the week, so to speak. And for many years, I worked just 7 days a week, especially early on, trying to get the business off the ground. And even though I'm always a little nervous about not having work, even though that's not been a problem in the 6-7 years I've been on my own now, it's still something I worry about. Anybody who has their own business does. If they tell you they don't, they're lying. But that's not the point. The point is, I've been trying to take Saturdays off. Call it my Sabbath if you want. Shabbat Shalom. Call it whatever you want. My holy day. My day of rest. For me, it's a much needed, I don't know what the word is really, just a restorative. I guess that's it. I'm not sure exactly where, but I remember reading in Emerson somewhere where he says, you know, the guy at the office can work all day, but so long as he can go out, tip his neck back, look up at the stars at the end of the day, nature's restorative in that way. That was his point. If you haven't read Emerson, I would definitely check out his essay, Nature, or Self-Reliance, any of his essays really, but I would check out Nature first, or even his speech that he gave at when he graduated Harvard Divinity School. He was speaking to mostly Unitarian preachers or theologians, and it was pretty controversial apparently, at least in the newspapers of that day, which I have had the pleasure, if you will, of reading some of for a thesis I did in college. In any case, check out Emerson, Ralph Waldo Emerson. He wrote books of essays. One of them's called Nature, one of them's called Self-Reliance. I think you guys would like it if you haven't read it already. Anyway, what I really wanted to say was, when you get too bullheaded or too focused on work or all the onerous tasks of life, the trick, at least for me, seems to be to pull closer or further away from whatever it is you're focused on. Sometimes it seems like you need to shift from a macroscopic to a microscopic view in order to keep things interesting, in order to see the beauty in things again. For me, I've had to pull a lot closer lately. But the important thing, I think, is just to keep the perspective shifting when it gets boring. Because life shouldn't be boring. It's fucking fantastic. And tough and miserable and all those things, but it is fucking fantastic. And that's what I want to say today. That the world is fucking fantastic. So I don't have much time for chopping today, but I do want to at least show you this new axe that I hung. So this is a 3-pound head. It's a HB. You see the 1.3 there, I think that is. And it is really nice patina on it. I put it on a 27.5-inch handle, ash handle that I made from a blank. Almost ruined it. It's still usable, but right down here, I only had like 2 inches of board, and I was trying to get a bit of a swell, so I dug in the grinder right in this area to try to sweep this up some, and this is a little bit too thin down here now. I wish I hadn't have done that. I'd have rather dealt without the swell, to be honest, and have a little bit more meat down there. It does have some run out. I don't think you guys can see that, but it does run out on this side some, so I am a little bit concerned right around here. Not in bucking or limbing, but in felling, especially on that 90-degree cut. There's a lot of stress there, and it could shear. I had to take a lot more steel off of this side than I did this side, because some nitwit had put a bevel on one side like a hewing hatchet. I don't know why, if that was on purpose or not. The hang is nice and solid. I don't think that's going to come loose like the Grand Fours. I pretty much hung it all the way down on the shoulder. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. Just wanted to show you what it looked like. I'll be using that to see if that's going to be my next cordwood axe.
I think this little thing's going to be a decent fella.
And I'll probably do a little bit of chopping, but not much. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a little bit different, but just sharing with you the walk I took this morning and the new axe. So enjoy, guys. Have a good week. That's that.